Hey kids, welcome to CrossWay's KidVenture Kids Online. I'm Lauren and this is Maya.
Hi everybody! In case you're new at KidVenture Kids Online, I should let you know that KidVenture Kids is a great place for kids to learn about God, faith, and even life apps.
What are life apps?
Life apps are just our way of talking about what God can work out inside of you to change the world around you. Things like love, respect, and forgiveness.
And don't forget that we do that with a lot of faith-fueled fun to help you grow your faith in Jesus Christ.
And don't forget putting your faith into action KidStyle. Hey, you can even stand up, sing, and dance with the worship music. And now it's time to get started.
Let's start with a drum roll on your knees, everybody. 3, 2, 1.
You are the way, the truth, and the light, and that's how the story goes. Every time I hear about you, there's more I want to know. I am hungry deep inside, and it just won't go away. Only you can satisfy, and that's why you hear me say, I wanna know you better, better than I know right now. I'm gonna reach my hands up to
Everyone is part of a bigger story. It's a bigger story than you can imagine. It's a big story about a really big God. Discover the story that shows you the character of God.
Hey, I'm Caleb, and this right here is my Bible. You can dive into the Bible online or check it out through an app. You can even pick up a hard copy and fan through the pages. But however you read it, the Bible is filled with amazing wisdom and truth, inspired by God and written down over hundreds of years by dozens of people who followed God. Inside these 66 books, you'll discover history, stories of adventure, poetry, personal letters, and much more. If you want to find knowledge about what it means to follow Jesus with your whole life, this is the place to start. And I've got 5 stories that tell us all about it. We begin in the New Testament book of Matthew. Jesus has been born, and a brilliant star shines high above to share the news. Far to the east, a group of wise scholars want to know what's up. A deep dive in the archives tells them a new king has arrived. But these wise men, they want to know more. And the only way to find out is an epic road trip that will bring them face to face with the king of everything. Let's slide 2 books forward to Luke. Here, Jesus is growing up. But even though he's God's son, Jesus still has to study and learn. When Jesus and his parents take a road trip to Jerusalem for the Passover feast, Mary and Joseph accidentally leave their son behind. They finally discover him doing what matters most, learning more about God. And they aren't the only ones amazed by what their 12-year-old knows and understands. Time to hop forward 1 book to John. Fast forward 18 years. Jesus' cousin, John, has been calling people to turn away from their sins and be baptized in the river. When Jesus shows up, he asks John to baptize him, even though John thinks it should be the other way around. As Jesus rises up from the waters of the Jordan River, God's Spirit descends like a dove. And a voice from heaven shares the most amazing knowledge about who Jesus is. Let's slide back to Luke. A big crowd has witnessed Jesus' baptism. But even though it seems like the perfect time for him to gather followers, Jesus doesn't stick around. Instead, God's Spirit leads him into the desert. For 40 days, Jesus eats nothing as he listens to God. And when he faces 3 tempting offers by the devil, Jesus is ready with the best defense of all, God's very own words. We wrap up back in the book of Matthew. Jesus has been traveling all over Galilee, teaching and healing. But his cousin John has been locked in prison by King Herod. Confused and discouraged, John sends messengers to ask Jesus, "Are you the one who is supposed to come?" Jesus isn't angry with John's questions and sends back a quick response to let John know that God's kingdom is truly on the move. God always welcomes our questions. That's how we can gain more knowledge. And I can't wait to see how it grows in you and me.
Hey, what's the big idea? Hey, what's the big idea?
Never stop searching for what's true.
Welcome to Story Lab. This week, we're talking about knowledge, while we take a look at the story of some wise guys who went on an epic road trip. Hey, I'm Skylar.
And I'm Sebastian.
We're talking about knowledge, which is learning something new so you can be better at whatever you do.
I want to know what's in this box.
So do I.
You mean you didn't wrap it?
Nope, it's a leftover gift I forgot about.
There's no from on the gift tag.
Yeah, I don't know who left it.
So open it already. What?
I want to see if I can gain some knowledge about what's inside without opening it.
Wait, there's a word for that. Forensics.
Forensics are scientific tests or techniques used in connection with the detection of crime.
Wait, this isn't a crime scene.
But it is a mystery. Where do we start?
Well, I'm gonna start gaining knowledge about what's inside by using my eyes. It's wrapped perfectly, and the handwriting is kinda swirly.
So it's from a girl.
That doesn't mean it's from a girl!
Handwriting challenge!
Yours is swirly-ish.
Well, yours is barely readable.
That's true. What's next?
Next, I'm gonna gain knowledge with my ears.
Aha! What rattles like that?
Maracas, birdseed.
Snakes? So whatever it is, it rattles and it's from a girl.
Maybe from a girl.
Eyes, ears.
I'm gonna gain some knowledge with my nose. Wait. I'm getting something. Salmon kibble?
Sorry, I let my dog lick my face.
Ew. Okay, so we've done eyes, ears, and nose to gain knowledge.
Taste!
I am not licking that box.
You're running out of ideas.
Too bad we can't do an x-ray.
Can we field trip to urgent care?
I don't think they take this kind of walk-in.
Let's drop it!
Ready?
Ready. Same rattle as before.
Rattles, maybe from a girl. Doesn't smell, doesn't break. What's next in our search for knowledge?
Heat it. Heat it?
What's that gonna do?
I don't know. I think it's time to up our experiment game.
And I think it's time for...
The story before the story.
Today, we're in the first book of the New Testament, Matthew. But before Matthew, in the very beginning, out of deep love, God made an amazing world. But when people turned away from God, the world was broken.
God made a plan to draw people back to relationship. So at the right time, God sent a tiny baby to be born in the small town of Bethlehem, God's very own son, Jesus.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey, Erica.
Hey y'all! So, we don't exactly know how the wise men discovered what the star meant.
Look at that new star rising in the west.
It's so bright.
Surely it means something.
But they may have known about Daniel, who had been taken as a captive from Jerusalem to Babylon hundreds of years before. Daniel had been an advisor to the king and would have shared the Jewish scriptures and promises from God with his fellow advisors.
Look here. In the Jewish scroll of Numbers,
a star will come from among the people of Jacob. A king will rise up out of Israel.
A brand new baby king.
Whether the wise men figured out what the star meant from ancient writings, or God spoke to them directly, they did not waste time in doing something with their newfound knowledge. The wise men packed up supplies and gifts and set out on what would have been an epic road trip across the desert. They followed the star for months or even longer, over ancient roads and through steep mountain passes. At last, they arrived in the city of Jerusalem.
Where is the child who has been born to be king of the Jews?
We saw his star when it rose.
Now we've come to worship him.
Word of these exotic visitors quickly made its way to King Herod at the palace. Now, Herod had been appointed ruler of Judea by Roman Caesar, but the position was not secure. The last thing he wanted was some upstart new king to challenge him. So he called for the Jewish priests and teachers of the law.
Where's this Jewish Messiah supposed to be born?
In Bethlehem.
How do you know?
The prophet Micah, your majesty. He says, "But you, Bethlehem in the land of Judah, are certainly not the least important among the towns of Judah. A ruler will come out of you. He will rule my people Israel like a shepherd."
Oh, well, I see. Have these, wise men come see me, huh? Keep it on the down low.
The wise men soon arrived at the palace. King Herod asked to know when the star had appeared and tried to put on a good face on his fear and brewing anger.
I want you to go to Bethlehem for me. Search for this child and report back when you find him. Then I can go and, worship him.
King Herod had no intention of honoring Jesus. In fact, he wanted to get rid of him. But the wise men didn't know this. They went on their way and were filled with joy when they saw the star again. It went ahead of them until it stopped right over the place where Jesus and his family were staying.
Look, it stopped.
This must be the place.
I'll knock.
The wise men were welcomed into the home by Mary and Joseph. By this time, Jesus was a young child, and the wise men offered him beautiful gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. These were not your average baby shower gifts. In fact, these were the kind of gifts that would be given to a powerful king. It was just one more sign of who Jesus was and would become. At last, the wise men left Jesus to begin their long journey home. They planned to return to Herod as they had been asked, but thankfully, God spoke to the wise men in a dream and warned them not to go back to Herod. So, the wise men chose a different road for their trip home. The end.
That Herod dude was a bad dude.
But thankfully, the wise men got the message. When God gave them new information, they changed their plans.
Just like when they saw the new star in the first place.
Exactly. The wise men didn't sit around wondering. They took action to discover what the star was about. And their search led them to God's very own son, Jesus.
So, what's our part in the story?
Good question. The wise men traveled hundreds of miles over months and months to discover more about God. But we can begin learning more about who God is right now, today. The Apostle Paul wrote, "Ever since the world was created, it has been possible to see the qualities of God that are not seen. Those things can be seen in what has been made."
So all the things we can find in nature can tell us more about God, and all the things we study through science.
That's right. I mean, just look at a leaf under a microscope, or a bug, or a human cell. They are amazing. You will be in awe of what God created.
Or go outside and look at the night sky. God made vast galaxies, millions of miles apart, filled with millions of stars. Our God is so big.
So big. You can learn about God through the people God created too. Your classmates or neighbors.
They're all made in God's image and show a little bit of who God is.
So stay curious about everything.
Yeah, and ask a lot of questions.
You got it. There is no end to what you can discover about God. See you next time.
Bye, Erica.
So here's the thing. Never stop searching for what's true.
I still want to know what's inside.
And I think I know.
How?
I just got a text from my Aunt Beth asking how I liked her gift.
This gift?
She always sends me a movie streaming gift card and microwave popcorn.
See, we should have heated it.
Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab. We'll see you next time.
Can we heat it now? I'm hungry.
Sure.
Proverbs 2:6. The Lord gives wisdom. Knowledge and understanding comes from his mouth.
Hey.
Hey.
Making a brain food smoothie?
Yep.
Me too. Oh, cool. Right. Numbers. Words. For clarity. And, you know, because I'm a smarty. Let the learning begin. Oh yeah. The trick is to get more Smarties. Have you ever had one of these? They're so good. You just gotta make sure you don't get a button in your teeth. Next time I should do a thesaurus. Because the thesaurus, then I could learn new words.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon.
And I'm Steven, and welcome to
The So-and-So Show!
And today, The So-and-So Show isn't the only show happening in the studio.
That's right. We are going to be hosting our show while simultaneously competing in a very special, highly risky, extremely intellectual game show.
I just can't wait to get my mind full of more knowledge, more answers, more truth, just more!
Let the game show of games and brains begin.
In each round, we will play a different game that requires our brain.
If you lose the round, you get a strike.
3 strikes and you're out of here.
Yeah, right. The first person to get 3 strikes loses the game and gets
a pie in the face. You ready?
Yes.
Round 1, Slapjack. Put your reflexes to the test.
Sorry, wasn't a jet. Oh!
Yes!
No! I look away for 8 seconds.
Strike 1 for Steven. Round 2, think fast. To win, you must name the most comic book characters in 15 seconds. And go!
Spider-Man,
Aquaman,
Thor,
the Hulk,
Wonder Woman,
Black Panther,
Batman, The
Batman.
Joker.
Joker.
Robin.
Green Lantern.
Let me see. Green Lantern.
The Flash.
Let's see.
The
Rogue,
Cookie Monster.
Gambit. Wolverine. No, wait. Cookie Monster is not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's. Oh, time.
Strike 2 for Steven.
Come on. Okay, that's good. You can stop right there. That's enough. Yeah, I think, yep, just end your word done. Ready, set, 3.
Round 3, Speed Jenga.
Not Speed Jenga! It was too fast.
Strike 3 for Steven.
No, that was, I think you touched it last. I'm pretty sure you touched it last.
I win! I'm the winner! I'm number 1! You know, I was always expected that I was the smart one, but now I have proof. My brain is huge.
Who's the smart one now?
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
You should always have a spare pie. Just in case.
Hey fellas, Happy New Year!
Oh yeah, it is the first week of the new year.
Can't believe we forgot. Happy New Year, Kellen.
Thanks.
Hey, you got something special for us to start the year out, right?
Oh, you bet. So last month, we learned all about how God loved the world so much that he made a plan to send us a Messiah, or Savior, God's Son, Jesus. Jesus was born to a girl named Mary in the city of Bethlehem. And it's Jesus' birth that we celebrate when we celebrate Christmas. Now, today we're going to learn about some very special people, some wise men, who came to visit Jesus after he was born. And to tell our tale, get ready for Human Head Puppet Theater!
Hello, Jerusalem! We are here! The wise men, all 3 of us.
Actually, we don't really know how many wise men there were. It's common to say 3, but there could have been 2 or 10 or 32. We don't really know.
Yes. Well, I am very wise. We all are. And we have come from the East.
Ooh, the East. What are you doing in Jerusalem?
We come in search of the child who will be called King of the Jews. Do you know where he is?
Haven't heard of that.
We saw his star when it rose. We have come to worship him.
I feel troubled.
During this time, a man named Herod had been appointed by the Romans as the king of Judea.
Did someone say they were looking for a king?
Yes, that was us. We're looking for the child who will be born to be the King of the Jews.
But I'm the king! I'm the king! No, Rome said that I was the king!
Are you okay?
Yes, of course. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some important matters to attend to.
Yes, we'll just go and ask some other people.
A king born. Who is this? Who? I need a plan. And I know. Chief priests! Law teachers!
Yes.
That was very fast.
Yes, King Herod.
Tell me, where the prophets say the Messiah will be.
In Bethlehem. In Judea.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Goodbye.
Herod secretly called for the wise men to come to him. He found out from the wise men exactly when the star had appeared. Then he sent them to go to Bethlehem.
Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report him to me. And then I can go and worship him too.
Yeah, sounds good to us. Thank you for your help. Are you sure you're okay?
Yep. Nothing to see here. Go off to Bethlehem. Off you go.
Okay.
Is he gone? Who am I talking to?
After listening to the king, the wise men went on their way. The star that they had seen went ahead of them.
There it is. The star.
Follow me.
Finally, the star stopped over the place where the child was.
Ta-da! This must be the place. Wow! I feel so full of joy.
The wise men went into the house and they saw the child, Jesus. He was with his mother Mary.
You are the child we've been searching for. We worship you. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. What do you say to someone whose birthday is on Christmas? Never mind. We brought you gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The myrrh was his idea. It was good, though. No, I like it.
The wise men were amazed and filled with joy when they finally found Jesus. They worshiped him and gave him gifts that were truly fit for a king. But before they left, God gave them a dream warning them not to go back to King Herod. So they returned home to their country a different way. The end.
Man, those wise men were super smart. Knowing the Messiah had been born and being able to follow the star like that.
Yeah, and understanding God's dream to not go back to Herod, that guy did not seem trustworthy.
Not at all.
No, Herod was not a good king. Jesus, however, he is a very good king. He is the king who rules forever. The wise men used their knowledge to help them search out the true king, and they were overjoyed when they found him. They traveled very far, risking their lives to search out what was true.
That's amazing. Thanks, Kellen.
Hey, you guys are welcome, and I'll see you next time.
Bye, Kellen. You know, it's awesome that those wise men were some of the first people to recognize the truth of who Jesus was.
Yeah, knowing what's true is very important. In fact, I think it's important enough to reveal the question.
What are some things that are true?
Yeah, there are lots of obvious truths all around us, like the fact that the sun gives us heat and light.
And the ocean is full of water.
And there are things about God that are true too, like God is really big and powerful.
And God loves you no matter what.
There's a lot of stuff we know and a lot of stuff we haven't learned yet. But just like the wise men, we can search for what's true by growing in knowledge and following Jesus.
So, what are some things that you know are true? You talk it out, and we'll see you next time. I'm Steven.
And I'm the undisputed winner of the game show of games and brains, and probably the smartest person you'll ever meet. Where do you keep getting all these pies?
Thanks for watching the So-and-So Show. I always keep some pies handy, just in case. I actually have a little refrigerator down here.
Is that what that's for?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Check out those reflexes.
Go.
Yes!
Yeah! Good one. Very nice, very nice.
Oh no!
Can you set it up again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
great.
go together. Okay, here we go. This is really good. Oh,
Is
my
it
hat.
working?
Ah!
Where do these guys come from?
Okay, speed Jenga, go. Oh.
Hey! What's the big idea? Hey! What's the big idea?
Never stop searching for what's true.
I go? When there's no one else to turn to, who do I talk to? When no one wants to listen, who do I lean on? Oh, oh. When there's no foundation stable, I go to the rock. I know he is able. I can go to the